Ooh, excuse me. Hmm. Hey, Epic. Hey, Slow. That's okay, Slow. You guys didn't quit down just 'cause I started, did you? You had a good panel going. Yeah, it is sort of a little loud. Some people like to listen to it. Well, not really. I can watch somebody else do some fuckery, but I don't really like to do it to anybody, and I sure as fuck don't like to have it done to me. But you should give me a definition of fuckery before we go any farther, because our definitions might be different. I think I'm gonna have to make myself a new one. I want a 2-story. Ooh, what the hell happened here? Ooh. Well, I guess I should play a song. Oh. And seeing as there are not too many people here, uh, this one is going out to all you politicians and fucking people who have money. And I know it's been heard before, but fuck.
Now, the first thing you're going to say is to be or not to be. You're going to come up and say, you.
To be or not to be. To free or not to free. To crawl or not to crawl. Fuck all those perfect people. To sleep or not to sleep. To creep or not to creep. And some can't remember what others recall. Fuck all those perfect people. Turtle. Sleepy eyes waltzing through. No, I'm not talking about you. stand or not to stand, to plan or not to plan, to stall or not to stall. Fuck all those perfect people, to drink or not to drink, to think or not to think. Some choose to dismember your eyes and your thought. And fuck all those perfect people, sleepy eyed, waltzing through. Well, I'm not talking about you. To sing or not to sing, to swing or not to swing. Hell, he fills up the silence like a chalk on the wall. Fuck all those perfect people, to pray or not to pray, to sway or not to sway. Jesus died for something or nothing at all. Fuck all those perfect people, sleepy eyes waltzing through. I'm not talking about you. Still nobody really talking too much in here. So I guess I'll play another song. And it's something I like to do. Some people smoke meth, some people smoke crack, some people snort coke off of Ricky's ball sack. I've tried them all, don't get me wrong. The best high there is comes from a bone. I like smoking pot a lot, I like getting stoned alone, I like vaping weed indeed. I think edibles are incredible. I sure love them gummy bears. Pimp shampoo for my curly hairs. Rubbing cannabis lotion on my cock. I like smoking pot a lot. Some people like pills, some like huffing glue. I like marijuana, but that ain't breaking news. Some people like booze, some like sucking down. Brother, I like both, but that's another song, and I'll sing it to you later. I like smoking pot a lot, I
like getting stoned alone. I like vaping weed and deep. I think edibles are incredible. I sure love them gummy bears. Them shampoo for my curly hairs. Rub cannabis lotion on my cock. I like smoking pot. That's the shit. Sounds good, Leroy. Fuck up enough with that. I like smoking pot a lot. I like getting stoned alone. I like vaping weed and deep. I think edibles are incredible. I sure love them gummy bears. And shampoo for my curly hair. Rubbing cannabis lotion on my cock. I like smoking pot. I like smoking pot. I like smoking pot.
Wait, for fuck's sakes. This is what I was gonna do, coming back to see who's in here. Nobody. Which is fucking okay, because now I can play some songs. For
everyone considered him the coward of the cottage. He never made one single point to prove those truckers wrong. China named Little Potato, but Canucks just called him Yellow. He tucked his tail and slinked away from that fringe unacceptable throng. Promise us, Trudeau, you won't hide under your pillow. Stand and face the truckers like a man. For every hoser's sake, as you cower at your lake, I hope you're not too woke to understand. Canada still respects the working man. He was a drama teacher with lost hair and an ego. Now he's making mandates like the title autocrat. The crazy's for the people, but the people see right through it. We're not gonna back down till it comes to where we're at. Promise us, Trudeau, you won't hide under your pillow. Stand and face the truckers like a man. For every hoser's sake, as you cower at your lake, I hope you're not too woke to understand. Canada still respects the working man. Time for you to respect the working man and woman. I am Justin Trudeau, politician bought and sold, and I squandered Canada's future with division, personal gains, and unfilled promises. You can protest unless I don't agree with you and you are from the West. When I heard those trucks were coming, coming. Well, I gathered all my strength and I let the media slander them and slinked away to my expensive cottage, running scared. Then I noticed that the truckers wouldn't leave, and so, like every good fascist, I called them violent, racist, fringe misogynists. Trudeau lies, lie, 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 lies. Trudeau lies, lie, 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 lies. In the capital stands a poser who's been living off his name, and he's let down veterans and seniors and indigenous people, even though he put on a headdress. I wore blackface, I am gaslighting, but the protest still remains. Trudeau lies, lie, 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 lies, lie, lie, lies. Trudeau lie, 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 lies. Trudeau lie, 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 Trudeau lies. Lie, 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 lies.
Oh. How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Not too bad. I thought
That's a
maybe,
good tune.
yeah, I picked a couple out like that. Made specially for him. I found a few that were on the other side of the fence with him, and I just had to toss them fuckers out in the garbage.
Well, we got about 4 inches of snow today.
We got about, quarter of an inch maybe. Not enough to really make a difference.
All the truckers are getting all grouped up.
Oh yeah. Uh, there's a shitload of them just outside of Ottawa.
That's I wonder. I know they're already getting scared in D.C.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna put up Pelosi's fence. The governor's already got. The mayor's got more cops and calling in the National Guard and shit. They don't understand who they work for, you know.
Yeah, that's right. But I guess they're gonna learn.
I think they will. I don't know, you know. We need everybody on board though. Fucking bootlickers.
I heard it only takes, I don't know, 1% or 10% of the population to do any good. And fuck, up
I
here
heard
we've
it's
got
like 1%.
a lot more than that going.
I think more and more people are getting on board with it every day.
Yeah. But what I want to know is what taking the states so fucking long to get on board with it. AD Johns. The leaders of the states have always touted themselves as leaders in the free world.
Well,
And they're not. They're way behind.
yeah, the government speaker for the president said they're doing everything they can to prevent this all across the country to prevent people from uh, participating in their fundamental rights.
Yeah.
That's when that's going to piss people off. You got to remember that they work for us. We got to remind them.
Yep. I'm in the designing phase. I'm gonna make a new way to a taller pipe or whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna do a double can
Oh, nice.
instead of just this fucking single one.
So I was wondering what you're stacking them for.
Well, I figure it'll help a lot because fuck me, that life is sometimes red hot when it goes into that oil, which is okay. But the longer it stays inside the can, it don't matter if it's in the jar or not. It's just fucking heating everything up there inside the can. Hey, Josh. So
Sadie Jones, hey Josh.
I figured maybe with a double decker, I might be able to. It might cool off a little bit, or I won't get so much heat out of the knife. By the time I get it all figured out to the way I want it, I'll be out of that and back to smoking weed again.
When you getting your weed?
Next week sometime, probably.
Did you ever find out if you're gonna lose money or how much?
No. Why worry about it until it's time? If I find out, I'll be just fucking in a mess if it's way less until then. Nah, I'd rather just not know and live happily, and then if I have to get upset, I'll get upset that day.
All right.
I used to do shit like that, and they would eat a guy's stomach sometimes if he thought about something too much.
Yeah, well, there's things you can't change, so why bother with it?
Yeah. Yeah, there won't be anything I can say that'll get me more money.
Right.
Just a little bit of a breeze out there. I went out and got my garbage can from the street. It wasn't too bad, a half hour or so ago. Well, it would have been more like an hour ago.
It cooled down the last couple of days here, but I think it's supposed to start warming up again after today.
Same here. Actually, I think it even warmed up a bit today. I think it's. I'd have to look. I can't guess.
Yeah, I need to go golfing again. Rid of this snow.
14 degrees, but with the wind, it feels like 3. And for the people in Canada, it's -10, feels like -16.
That's a little cool.
It's not bad. Way better than -20, -40.
Well, yeah, can't argue with that.
It really doesn't start getting cold until somewhere between 0 and -10 Fahrenheit. After that, it's chilly. That is up here, anyways.
Well, yeah, I guess it's all to where you're acclimatized to. I mean, 32 would take people in the south out. I mean,
Yeah. Well, it doesn't take long to acclimatize.
no, it don't.
I knew guys, they were working over in Yemen, and they'd go over there for a month in that heat, working outside in the sun and the sand, and they would come over here and it's 30, 35 below. And after about 2 or 3 days, they were fairly acclimatized again.
That's a big change.
Yeah. But humans are like frogs. Well, actually, they can take a lot more cold, unlike frogs, than they can more heat. Because if you drop, say, the temperature by 1 degree, say every 3 weeks, it will be a long time before you ever notice it getting cold.
Yeah.
It could be damn near down to 0 and you wouldn't even notice it's cold because it's just cooling off slow enough that your body could be outside in it every day and wouldn't really notice it. At least I wouldn't. Oh.
I guess it's time for me to roll one. Shit, maybe I'll just pipe it today. I found an edible I've had for probably 3 months. You know,
Well.
it's today for bedtime.
Does one really do anything?
No, not that I noticed.
Yeah.
And I got to get up to like 200, 300 milligrams before I feel the edibles.
Holy shit. So I should have felt something when I took 2400.
Yeah. Well, did it make you tired, you said?
No, nothing. I took it with 3,000 milligrams of mushrooms too. And I smoked doobies the whole time too. Just didn't have much of an effect,
Crazy.
but not too much does.
Is it your garbage day today then?
Yeah, I had to take it out last night because they come by sometimes 7:30 in the morning. They were late today. They didn't get here till 8:30 for the first truck, and fuck, the other truck just come through not too long ago. One does garbage and the other one does the blue bins.
Yeah, my blue guy hasn't come by yet today, but my garbage guy has.
Yeah. I only set my garbage out usually once every 3 weeks or so. I can fill up my garbage. It takes 3 bags to fill it up, so sometimes I could go a month without having to take anything out.
Well, if I didn't recycle a lot of stuff, my garbage would be too full.
I don't recycle fuck. Well, I got a few things I recycled, but fuck, you gotta do so much. Try and pick all the fucking paper off of it and everything else. Fuck it, I'll throw it all in the garbage. They want me to use water to take off the fucking stickers, but yet they're gonna charge me for the fucking water? Fuck them.
Yeah, this recycling, got it. It ain't worth it to like collect cans and recycle them, put them in.
No, it's not.
So,
Well, we don't get any money
hello.
for
I just wanted to let you know that work gave me until 7:30 today, so I'm off at 7:30 now.
Okay. I'll see you then.
Hello?
I said, okay, I'll see you then.
Okay, see ya.
Right.
Bye.
Right.
your daughter.
Sorry about that.
I said, your daughter?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can't hear nothing, so I'm going to drop down and come back up.
Hmm. 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 There it is.
There you go. I can hear you. Yeah, if I get a phone call, it takes out, so I can't hear whoever I'm on.
Was that your daughter?
Yeah. Did you hear the conversation?
Yeah. She'll be home at 7:30.
Well, I got to pick her up, but she's supposed to
Yeah.
be off at 5.
Yeah. Well, you should ask her what the hell. She didn't even say she loved you at the end of the conversation, and yet you're going to go pick her up?
She's at work. She's about
That's true.
hurrying.
That's true.
I know that girl loves me. Took good care of her. She likes to mess with me, though. Like, she'll get on my son's side, even though she knows he's wrong on stuff. Just, to mess with me.
Yeah.
They tag team up against me. That's fine. I'm glad they get along. They're 18 years apart,
Holy fuck.
so he likes to mess with her quite a bit, but they're good to each other. They buy things for each other all the time.
So your son is 3?
I think he just turned 37.
Yeah.
They moved up here, 2 years ago. He told me he's going to move out this summer, get his own place again.
Well, with everything that's going on, he might not be able to.
Yep. He makes pretty good money. He could probably afford what they're asking.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I tried to rent this place now, he'd probably want like $2,000 a month. But I'm only at 1,100.
That's a little bit too much.
More than I want to pay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's getting ridiculous. These prices around here.
Well, it's getting ridiculous all over. The
Well,
price of everything goes up except for the wages never go up.
no, they never do. And if they do, it's like a very small percent.
Yeah.
They're going to give you a 25-cent raise this year for cost of living raise. Well, God, everything's went up more than that.
Yeah.
Next week, our prices, we're supposed to go up on everything. Every item.
Yeah, well, I imagine that's all over. And the fucking governments will be blaming it on the truck drivers, but it's not the truck drivers, it's governments that are doing it.
Well, yeah. I mean, if they just let us work and not mandate shit and do our jobs, shit would get done.
Yeah.
Stop paying people to stay home and shit. Put their asses out there working.
Yeah.
You know, those that can. Picked up another quarter pound last night.
Oh, that must be nice.
Yeah, I got two different kinds. One's small buds, one's really big buds.
So one sativa and one indica, maybe.
Yeah. I try to get one of each every time.
Yeah.
Or 2 ounces of each every time. Sometimes I'll get 3 different flavors out of quarter pound. What he's got. I like this purple sour diesel though. It's pretty good. It's a hybrid.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever had that. I think I had purple chem dog, which
You've
is
had regular sour diesel, haven't you?
I don't know. I never really look at the names or give a fuck. I just want to smoke.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't care what they're called really. I just want good smoke. And you can usually tell by looking at it whether it's sativa or indica.
Yeah. Mm.
There's a blue can guy,
The what?
recycle guy,
Oh,
empty the blue can. Yeah, last week I look out the window and he'd put a hole through it with his claw, and it was stuck to his claw, and he's bouncing that thing up and down trying to get the garbage can off it because it didn't put a hole through the side of it.
yeah. Never hear that. Heard that happening here.
Well, there's times I went out and I stayed at my mom's house before she moved back into her house. He would come down the road and try to back up and then go down another road. I'd run out and tell him, dude, I don't want to see you backing up. You go around, follow the route you're supposed to so you don't have to back up. And he got lippy with me. So I called his company. I said, look, man, I know you guys' rules are not supposed to do that. My niece got ran over by a garbage truck when she was 4 years old. The camera wasn't working, and he backed up, which they're not supposed to do in neighborhoods. Yeah, they had to scrape her off the ground with a shovel. It wasn't good.
Yeah. Well, they back up here too. At the end of every street, they back up. Come up one side and go turn around and go down the other.
Yeah, but if they don't have to back up, they're not supposed to. They have a route to come in to where they don't have to back up in this neighborhood. And he
Yeah.
wasn't following it how he's supposed to do it.
Yeah.
He was making up his own route.
Yeah, I don't know if they got that here.
It just so happened one of the bosses there, he came with them, and the guy from the city met with me, and the guy from his company happened to know my uncle. He was part of his wife's family, and he knew exactly what I was talking about and why I didn't like it.
Yeah.
But they stopped doing it. So how you plan on keeping that together at the seam there?
Well, I was thinking either tape or glue.
All right.
I could put duct tape on it, which would probably work because hopefully it's not too hot. And I could crazy glue it too. That would hold it together. And if I dropped a little baking soda in the crazy glue, it would really fucking never pull apart then.
Is that the secret?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Check it out on YouTube. Crazy glue and baking soda. It's 10 times as good as straight baking or straight crazy glue alone.
Wow, that's good to know. I'll have to remember that.
And you gotta watch because it dries out a lot quicker. Believe it or not. Well, I'm gonna put on another song while I go to cut this can out.
I'll sit back and listen.
God damn. It's the same one. Fuck. Getting tired of it myself.
Well, we're loading up the trucks and we're heading to Ontario. We've got a lot of miles to go. See, the work's gotten slow and the boys are getting restless. Look out, Ottawa, Ontario. Well, we're coming down the 16, we're coming down the 1. We're from BC, Alberta, and Saskatchewan. And if you can hear our big trucks humming way out in the west, we'll bring them to your doorstep. That's right, boys, going on down to Ottawa town. You see, Mr. Prime Minister, it shouldn't be too much to ask. Pretty sure old Parliament Hill runs on natural gas, and I've seen that car you drive. Safe to say she don't plug in. So if burning oil's for sinners, well then, buddy, you're all in. Yes, we're rolling down the Yellowhead, we're coming down the 1. We're rolling 18-wheelers and we're bringing everyone who's tired of waiting for you to come around. Oh, Mr. Prime Minister, we're coming to your town. Well, we're loading up the trucks and we're heading to Ontario. We've got a lot of miles to go. See, the work's gotten slow and the boys are getting restless. Look out, Ottawa, Ontario. Look out, Ottawa, Ontario.
Couldn't cut them with the machine, so I gotta cut these fucking cans with a knife.
I hear the trucks coming, they're rolling into town. There must be several thousand and they're headed eastward bound. I knew that this was coming, I'm sure you'd all agree. When them truckers keep rolling, just set our country free. When the grocery stores are empty, the food is running dry. Can we count on Trudeau? We're way not confined. When them truckers keep rolling on down the line. And Mr. Justin Trudeau, he'll hang his head and sigh. All right.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I bet this brings awareness for all the world to see. Standing for our country, it takes unity. The truckers keep rolling on down to Ottawa. It takes a long courage to stand up brave and tall. If they freed us from the mandate, they give our that all the truckers will be rolling all the way back to work on Monday. That's where they want to be. So let the truckers come, boys, and our country. Go truckers!
One more time, folks. Here we go again. Yes, I am from Canada, born and bred in this great land. The kind of folks you could count on, someone needed a hand. Traveled every part of it, from the Maritimes to the West. Hard to find a better place to live, this country was the best. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, may we always stand on guard for keeping this country free. Let me tell you a story, what's going on these last 2 years. The country that I once loved, bringing me to tears. We have been infected by a world we need to land. Trudeau and his band, the bobblehead, just not into the dance. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, may we always stand on guard for thee, keep this country free. I'm worried all the time. Oh, the laughing song on the world today, thanks to little potato life. Driving this country straight to hell, for every local fly. That arrogant, said communist, who really thinks he can be beat, hasn't even got the amount of time to understand from the journey. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, may we always stand on guard for keeping this country free. Like to call themselves a feminist, feeling to make them on a real day. But if you strong women will disregard, nothing but a broken page. I can't believe there are folks out there they need more damage for a short year. River done is on a line. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, may we always stand on guard for thee, keep this country free. May we always stand on guard for thee, keep this country free. Well, kind of busy.
Protests everywhere. Half of them don't know why they're there. Get the shout loud enough. Do you think I'll shut my mouth? Well, no friggin' way. Common sense, I say, not seen in this world today. Buzzwords and modernize puts a twinkle in Trudeau's eye while he gives billions away. No friggin' way. Our self-king is a real disgrace.
Fuck! I'll back that up right there. No, don't do that. Jesus Christ.
Look what's going on.
Have to start her over.
Protests everywhere.
Half of them don't know why they're there. Get the shout, loud enough. Do you think I'll shut my mouth? Well, no friggin' way. Common sense, I say, not seen in this world today. Buzzwords and modernized, puts a twinkle in Trudeau's eyes, while he gives billions away. No friggin' way. Our self-king is a real disgrace. Cardboard cut out to make his place. And that's where Canadians are today. No friggin' way. Common sense, I say, not seen in this world today. Buzzwords and modernized, puts a twinkle in Trudeau's eyes, while he gives billions away. No friggin' way. No friggin' way.
I hope you enjoyed this little tune, and feel free to share if you want.
Oh, this is not. What the fuck is going on here? Not the one I here.
When I first saw you, I didn't realize that you were full of all of these lies. But now I know Trudeau's got to go. I don't like politics, but I can see he is dancing on CBC. And now I know Trudeau's got to go. Every day we fall apart. It is tearing out my heart. Everything that we have lost, everything that it has cost. Now I know Trudeau's got to go. He's still here, but I'm not alone. Here's this song, you can sing along, 'cause we all know Trudeau's got to go.
Yeah, I heard this fucking one. We've heard them all.
Those are all the ones about truckers and Trudeau. You know?
Yeah. Ooh. Oh, good thing. For fuck's sake. Well,
What are you thinking?
fucking crazy glue and baking soda don't work on it. I guess because it's metal.
Huh.
But I've seen it work on other stuff like clay stuff, and you put a little bit of baking soda and crazy glue on it, it'll bind it up nice. Hi, Monica. How's it going?
You gonna go to Plan B then?
What's that?
You gonna go to Plan B?
Yeah. I don't really make up much for plans. I just design it as I'm going along. So I bet you wouldn't have a grader backing down the street either, eh?
No, I don't have one going down.
The fucking grader just backed all the way down the street. Although this is a trailer court, I guess, not a park.
Yeah.
Court, everybody owns their own. Park, owned by one person. Oh. I think I brought some fucking hockey tape last time I was downtown.
Hi, Monica.
I don't have hockey tape, but I got Gorilla tape. Well, you know how you talk and I'm making noise, so might as well play something.
Alrighty.
Well, why do they keep fucking offering the same things up that we listen to?
Let Monica pick one. See if she's got a song. What's up, .com?
Hey.com?
You ever played any BTO on here?
Yeah,
Have you?
yeah.
A lot of Daddy Lusky.
We'll go a good Canadian tune. Are you there? Ooh. Hello? Am I still on?
Yeah, you're on.
Moondance. Okay, I'll see what I can do about. I'll put it in right after this song here, but we gotta listen to the Canadian one first.
Hello out there, we're on the air. It's hockey night tonight. Tension rolls, the whistles blow, and the puck goes down the ice.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
The fans will go insane. Come on, boys, Bobby scored. That's a good old hockey game. Oh! Hockey game, yeah, that game you can name. Yeah, that game you can name. It's a good old hockey game. Second period.
Where players dash with skates of flash, the home team trails behind. But they grab the puck and go bursting up. They're down across the line. They storm the crease like bumblebees. They travel like a burning flame. We see them slide the puck inside. It's a 1-1 hockey game. Oh! Hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Yeah, let's hear some more of that. Third period. Last game of the Gardens, too. Take me where the hockey players face off down the rink. The Stanley Cup is all filled up with the chance to win the drink. Now the final flick of the hockey stick, the one gigantic scream. The puck is in, the Leafs will win the hockey game. Oh! Hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Oh! Hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Oh! Hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. One more time now. Oh! Hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name.
This marvelous night for a moonfest. Stars up above in your eyes. And travelers like a big romance. The color of October skies. And all the leaves on the trees are falling.
Fuck
Out
that.
of the breeze that blows.
That was. I'll get something better than that shit.
Well, it's a marvelous
There.
night for a moonfest.
That's a good one.
The stars up above in your eyes. Fantabulous night to make romance neath the cover of October skies. You know the leaves on the trees are falling to the sound of the breezes that blow. Yeah, I'm trying to please to the calling of your heartstrings that place off the note. You know the night's magic seems to whisper and hate. You know the soft moonlight seems to shine in your place. Can I just have one more morning dance with you, my love? Can I just make some more romance with you, my love? Well, I wanna make love to you tonight. I can't wait till the morning has come. Yet I know now the time is just right. I'm straight into my arms you will run. When you come, my heart will be waiting to make sure that you never run. There and then all my dreams will come true, dear. There and then I will make you my own. And every time I touch you, you just tremble inside. Then I know how much you want me that you can't hide. Can I just have one more dance with you, my love? Can I just make some more romance with you, my love?
It's a marvelous night for a moon dance. Good times up over your eyes. Oh, can't tell this night to make romance. Be the cover of October skies. All the leaves on the trees are falling to the sound of the breeze that blows. And I'm trying to place to the calling of your heartstrings this place off the road. You know the night's magic sings you whisper and hush. You know the soft moonlight seems to shine in your place. Here I just have one more dance with you, oh my love. Or can I just make some more romance with you, oh my love? One more dance with you in the moonlight on a magic night. La 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 moonlight on a magic night. Can I just have one more dance with you, my love? I'm just looking for clues at the scene of the crime. Life's been good to me so long. My Maserati does 185. I lost my license, now I don't drive. I have a limo right in the back. I like the doors in case I'm attacked. I'm making beggars, my family can't wait. They write me letters, tell me I'm great. So I got me an office, for records on the wall. Just leave a message, maybe I'll call.
No fucking way. There is. First time for this one on this show.
Taking away the moments that make it a dull day. Pressure waste the hours that life had way. Thinking around on a piece of ground in your hometown. Waiting for something to show the way. Tired of lying in the sunshine, staring down to watch the rain. You are young and life is long, now it's time to live today. And then one day you find 10 years have gone behind you. No one told you when to run. You missed the starting line.
Sun is the same in a relative way, but you're all love. Shoulder to breath, and one day comes the death. Every year is getting shorter, hanging on in quiet desperation is the English way. The time is gone, the song is over. All like something more to say.
That was nice. Have you left?
No, I'm still here. How about some Alvin Lee continues after? I'd love to change the world.
I know that song.
Do you?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a good one.
Alvin Lee was one of my favorite bands when I was younger.
All right. Well, I'm glad I could find something you like.
Well, you've done that before.
Well, I'm just saying it's always a bonus. I was going to say Looking Glass or the Yardbirds, but I went with Alvin Lee.
Everywhere is freaks and terrors, lights and feathers. Tell me what is sanity. Tax the rich, feed the poor. Tell them where I'm rich no more. Population keeps on bleeding, nation bleeding, still more bleeding to come. Life is funny, skies are sunny, bees make honey, money,
Well, ooh.
good sense, innocence, cripple mankind. Dead kings, many things I can define. Occasions, life, frightens, probably don't mind. It's a sad government, the color of time. Who cares what games we choose? Little to win, but nothing to lose. There's a simple government of the time. On the end of the eyes around, to divide the time world in two.
throw your flag one night, the least you can do. Beat makes and politics, nothing is new. My yardstick for lunatics, one point of view. Who cares what games we choose? Little to win, but nothing to lose. Good sense, innocence, crippled like kind. Dead things, many things, I think it's fine. Okay, fine, what crosses your mind? It's such a government, the color of time. Yes, the days we choose. Little to win, but nothing to lose.
Mhm.
Down somewhere in the city, back of my neck getting dirty and gritty. Been down, isn't it a pity? Doesn't seem to be a shadow in the city. All around, people looking half dead, walking on the sidewalk harder than a match head. But at night it's a different world. Go out and find a girl. Come on, and dance all night.
Danny, are you still here? Hey, I'll be filling up my propane bottles, but I'll be doing that outside.com. And if the emergency is over, what?
So you've heard?
Huh?
Have you heard?
What? The emergency is over?
Yeah.
Danny Williams just put that up there, and I was going to get him to confirm it.
Okay. So here's what I believe happened. I think the Liberals believed that the Senate was gonna kind of leaning toward no, and they might vote no. So he didn't want to look like an idiot, and he wanted to look like the hero. So he came out just about 40 minutes ago, and he ended the state of emergency.
Well, he still looks like a douchebag because it looks like the truckers really forced him, doesn't it?
Well, I don't think he's done. I could be wrong, but I don't think he's done, because you know what? They know there are still going to be protests. They know it's not going to end. I would not doubt it if in the very near future, and I'm talking days, he comes out and he starts dropping mandates. I would not be surprised at all. And again, because then he'll be just like, oh, well, it was in the works. It had nothing to do with the protests. And you can all thank me now for giving you back your freedom.
Yeah.
Fucking
cunt.
Fucking shit. But yeah, I think I think if he thought the Senate was going to vote yes, I don't think he would have. I think he would have gone for the full 30 days with it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're still in effect, but like I said, I would not doubt it if he follows it up fairly quickly and starts stopping mandates to make sure the protests stop, and B, he looks like a hero for doing it.
There's no way he comes out of this looking like a hero. No.
Well, no, he will to the people that just watch mainstream media. I mean, he's not going to look like that to us, but to the people who think there was a bunch of Nazis in Ottawa, he'll look like a hero.
So I'm watching the trucker rally in the States now.
Well, as soon as I was over at Tiffany's Epiphany, we were watching it all live, and as soon as he said,
"Their bridges are covered just like ours were," look.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Yeah, they got fucking people on the bridges just like we did. People, yeah, that's good, man.
As soon as he said the emergency is ended, I typed in, "Gentlemen, start your engines," because this ain't over up here until he starts dropping mandates. But I think he's going to go there pretty quick. It seems like the only viable strategy where he can still continue to look like the good guy.
Well, he got to, because the truckers won't go home.
Well, I know that was actually I think the second question, because he took some questions afterward, and a reporter said, we know within an hour's drive of Ottawa there are two groups of truckers that are set up and staged and they're waiting. What if they come back? Will we have to reenact the Emergencies Act again? He's like, oh no, we won't have to enact it again. We have enough, we have enough tools without enacting it again. Which begs the question, well, why didn't you in the first place? Yeah. But I know the answer to that. The answer to that is in the Emergencies Act. In the Emergencies Act allowed them to declare that red zone in Ottawa and declare any assembly in that area as illegal. Without the Emergencies Act, they were not allowed to declare it as illegal. It was a legal protest.
Okay, but now the Emergencies Act is canceled. Does that not get kiboshed? Can we not go back?
No, it absolutely gets kiboshed, but I guarantee you they're not going to let the trucks in the city a second time.
Well, trucks got to come into the city and do deliveries and shit.
Yeah, but if they see a convoy coming, they're just going to lock it down.
Yeah, they ain't going to come in a convoy. They'll come in one every hour or something.
Maybe
every 20 minutes. That's why they got to do it.
We'll see what happens. Like I said, I wouldn't doubt it. Like I said, because the main protests are on the weekend. That's when they come in numbers. I wouldn't doubt it before the weekend if he starts dropping stuff.
It's fucking dropped here, man. I just got home with Ruckus.
Your provincial stuff is dropped.
No, I'm talking about the weather, man.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The fucking weather dropped like a motherfucker. It's cold now. No, we still got no one wears them. Well, I shouldn't say no one. Like, I just went into 2 stores right now and I didn't wear a mask either, and no one said nothing to me.
Well, yeah, because they know they're coming down, right? Even though if they're not officially down yet. But yeah, I mean, you still need
doing it. Never wear a mask. Just walk in those places.
Yeah, that's easier said than done, man. You're down in the States. You don't understand what it's like up here.
Oh fuck! It's a big convoy, boy.
What do? They won't serve you?
Oh, they won't serve you, and if you refuse to leave, they'll call the police on you, and the police will show up, and they'll arrest you for trespassing.
801 right now, to go into a bar or a restaurant, you have to show a fucking QR code on your phone that proves that you've been vaccinated.
To get on a train, a plane, or a ferry, you have to show the same code.
Wow.
Yeah,
I know you have to have that for concerts.
concerts.
In Salt
No,
Lake
just to
City,
go
but
out
other
for,
than that,
just to
if
go out
that's
to a
Salt
restaurant.
Lake
To go to
City,
a
all Democratic.
to
This
go to
is
a hockey game now. You need to show it everywhere. Everywhere
restaurant.
there's a restaurant,
Wow.
a bar. Go have a beer after work. Let me see your fucking.
Well,
Your,
here's how bad it is. In my province, it's still in place. I'm not allowed to have unvaccinated people in my house, according to the health order.
right.
My own house.
Yeah, they're choosing who you can and can't have in your house.
I mean, I don't give a fuck. I'm not paying any attention to it, but
It's crazy.
by the way, I am unvaccinated in my own
Well, because
house.
down here, I mean, when we had mask mandate, I never wore them. So can you have a negative test within a day or two and go out, or do you have to have that?
No, for as far as the stuff that Silver is
My
talking about,
internet going in
the
and out.
restaurants and all that stuff, or getting on a plane or a train or a ferry, it doesn't matter if you had a negative test. You have to be vaccinated and have your card. If you're not vaccinated and you don't have your QR code, you're not going there. You're not getting on a plane. You're not getting on a train. You're not getting on a ferry. You're not going to the restaurant.
I hope these truckers in the States have learned from us. Like they got fuel in their truck, like in the back, like extra fuel, and
And yeah, it's a lot more extreme up here, which is why it got to the point where it did, where it's been such a big thing up here, and there was such big protests and stuff.
Right. Well, yeah, I'm proud of you guys, man. You stand up. That's what we got to do. Everybody around the world does to this bullshit.
I think once the States gets involved, I think things will get fucked up. Because you guys carry the guns, and that's what fucking talks action. Start taking a few lives. People will
Well, that's
fucking
what
wake the
protects
fuck
our
up.
rights.
I
You know, a
know.
lot of you get people aren't about guns and stuff. A lot of Americans aren't, but that's what protects our first rights, the first five.
I agree, 100%.
The
We
first
should
one,
have them
the
too.
5 parts. It gives us those freedoms.
I agree to a.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I got you, Danny.
I can't stand it. I mean, I stood up to my work and got suspended, and I don't give a shit. I told them I ain't wearing a fucking mask. I ain't taking a test. I ain't getting vaccinated.
Well, if I was still working,
They ended up bringing me back.
if I was still working, I worked for the federal government until my health went into the tank. If I was still working, I would have been fired because the federal government employees are all mandated to get vaccinated, and I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, I would have been fired too. That's how that's how strong I feel about it. And that's one thing that they respected at my work when I stood up and said that. He says at least he respected my point of view. They didn't fire me, but he suspended me for 3 weeks till their mandate was up. And we didn't even have the health mandate from the state. It was the companies.
Oh, fuck.
This looks like some fucking beautiful country these guys are traveling right now.
Got a link? Where are you
When they
watching
come
it?
through Vegas and into Utah,
It's called Off the Grid Streets.
there it's going to be beautiful.
Beautiful fucking.
Where are they at right now?
It looks like California or something. I see all the mountains.
They're heading towards through Vegas, then,
Put
right?
me on big screen.
They'll head through Vegas and Mesquite, St. George, Utah, and probably take I-70 across to DC.
Okay, we're going to have a few minutes of silence here, please.
Mm-hmm.
Emergencies Act. It was the responsible and necessary thing to do. We did it with 3 principles top of mind. First, restoring peace and order. Second, doing it the right way. And third, making sure that it was time limited. The first point, restoring peace and order in our streets and restoring confidence in our institutions, was top of mind. Public safety, as well as jobs and the economy, were at risk. People were being harassed, small businesses were closing, factories were shutting down, and trade was halted at our doors. Here in Hollywood and in other places in the country, there was evidence of individuals wanting to undermine and even harm Canada's democracy.
Yeah, that's you cunt.
Increase the potential for unrest and violence. We worked closely to support provinces and municipalities to get the situation under control.
Lying prick.
But as the weeks went by, it became obvious that the provincial and local authorities needed more tools in order to enforce the law and protect Canadians. And that's exactly what the Emergencies Act provided to them.
Last November, the federal government invoked the emergency law because local authorities, provincial authorities, needed more tools to protect Canadians. As interim chief of police Earl said, the Emergencies Act
Clear that the use of the Emergencies Act will be limited in time. When we invoked it, it will be in place for up to 3 days, but we said that we would lift it as soon as possible. We've held updates and briefs with ministers and officials every day, often multiple times a day. Today,
Where's that smirk you usually have, you little cocksucker?
is no longer an emergency. Therefore, the federal government will be ending the use of the Emergencies Act.
Truckers wiped that fucking smirk right off his face.
All right. I got to ask, did somebody run that video through a 1960s filter or what? What was the
No
fucking...
shit.
It was black and white, yeah.
Well, it was black and white and the sound was all fucked up and everything.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we can all make a change. I mean, that's what needs to be done. And a lot of people just won't get on board. They haven't woke up yet.
Yeah, well, people got to get out and start talking to other people and saying, hey, this is what's really going on.
Yeah, it's there may not be a lot of people down in the States starting in this convoy, but the stream I'm watching here has got over 1,500 people watching. So I think it's definitely going to grow.
Well, it's just starting out.
California's going to go all the way across.
Yeah.
It's
four-wheel drive trucks, truckers, everybody will join it.
Yeah, well, I mean, in Canada, it started out bigger, but it took a while, a couple days to really catch on. This one might be starting a little smaller, but, people are definitely more aware of the amount of viewers and stuff I'm seeing. So I think it'll definitely grow pretty quick.
Well, they talked about they're actively across the country taking measures to make it so we can't use our rights at all. And that's what they're saying they're doing. That's got to piss a lot of people off. I mean, they're blatantly just telling us straight up what they're doing. So if people don't start waking up on the left that have voted for this bullshit, it's going to be a civil battle.
Well, and, the key to that is you guys got it a little better because you got Fox down there, and Fox is, actually reporting shit properly.
To a point. I don't trust them all that much.
Well, I'll say the only fair coverage I've seen in the mainstream media in Canada and the United States has been on Fox.
That's
well,
right.
yeah, absolutely. I'll give you that.
The Sun newspaper in Ottawa, or no, Ontario, Toronto, I think.
Yeah, you've seen the odd newspaper, but I'm talking more the TV guys. But down here, the left, or up here in Canada, for the people on the left that are just watching CBC and CTV and Global, they're not going to wake up unless somebody knocks them in the head and says, "Here, watch this," or they, and that's why Trudeau's doing what he's doing today. He's playing to that base that still is just watching the main media, right?
What I've noticed is a lot of it's this older generation that's just compliant, which I never thought they would. And then you get the middle generations that are fighting, and then these young ones are just compliant also and be doing what they're told,
Yeah, I pretty much
was real surprised how the older people are compliant.
Am I considered older?
Sure, yes, absolutely.
No, you're pretty much on with that. I would say for the most part, the Gen Xers are they're people that are most aware of what's going on and fighting against this, whereas the baby boomers and the Generation Yers and stuff like that are more just compliant.
Everybody has different numbers of where they say they are. I would say people under 35 don't get it. People between 30 to 30, and older to 65, 70 get it, and the rest are just compliant. But there's a lot in between that are on both sides.
Yeah. Oh no, obviously, but in general, I agree with you.
What's up, guys?
Hey.
Good day. I was just thinking you're talking about the generations, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what generation I'd be. Maybe millennial, but I'm almost 40. So, what would that be?
Yeah, I think you're close to the edge of Generation Y or millennial. Is Generation Y and millennial the same, or are they different? I don't know.
Now we have like the Gen Z?
Yeah. I think if you're almost 40, you're probably pretty close to the Generation Exporter, I think.
Yeah.
I'm 49. I'm Gen X. I think
I never wanted to be considered a millennial. There was just something about it. I didn't like it.
Well, I just in the household I'm in. I mean, I live with a buddy of mine who I've been friends with since I was like 4 years old, and we live with his 2 adult sons, and they're definitely millennials. But when this first started 2 years ago, they were like they were bought right in, man. They were like, me and my buddy were like, we saw this with SARS before. You guys were too young to remember it, and blah blah blah, and it's all getting blown out of proportion. And they were like, oh no, this stuff will kill you just like that. They thought it was like the bubonic fucking plague, man.
Do you remember when this first started happening? There was this YouTube channel, I think it was out of China, and it was showing like all the people lined up for the like the hospital and stuff, and they were just falling on the ground, and it looked like they were dying. So there was this, and the channel disappeared too, but it was almost like it was Chinese propaganda showing just people just falling, just standing and then just falling on the ground and shaking. Mm-hmm. And some of it did show though the way the Chinese government were treating the people, like barring them into their apartments, welding the doors shut with, metal bars and stuff. Did you see any of that?
I can't say that I did, but
it happened right at the start of this epidemic.
I seen a little of that.
Yeah, for me, I wasn't really on YouTube much then. I more really got into YouTube and starting looking at stuff like that really about a year and a half ago. A little over a year ago. Yeah, about a year and a half.
Is this what pulled you in?
No, actually, this isn't what pulled me in. Actually, I ended up coming initially across somebody's auditing videos on Facebook. I can't remember whose it was, and of course, because I watched it, then you start seeing more of them, right? That's how the algorithms work.
Yeah.
And then I jumped over to YouTube to actually look at people's channels over there because I realized there was more content there. So I started watching American Auditors, And at some point, I said, "Well, let's see if there's any Canadian auditors." And I started looking for Canadian auditors, and I saw there wasn't a whole lot, and some of the ones I saw that were doing it completely the wrong way because they were quoting American laws and First Amendments and stuff like that. So I actually originally started my channel to show the proper way to do it in Canada, and because I do a little bit like the audit type thing on my channel when I first started.
Okay.
So showing people the Canadian laws and stuff like that. So I actually started initially grabbing videos of people doing it the wrong way and telling them the right way to do it. And then it's become a mix because I started doing a little auditing myself, and the last few weeks, of course, it's been about all the stuff that's happening up here.
Yeah, they're arresting everyone for what is it, mischief, and then just dropping them off.
Yeah. Well, and that's a tactic.
Is that protocol? Like, that seems
bizarre.
No,
it's a known tactic up here that they do that a lot. They just will arrest you just to get you out of the area, and they'll drive you away. And they actually, I can't remember where it was in Canada. There was somewhere in Canada that they really got in crap for that practice some time back because they were doing it in a really cold place, and they were leaving people outside of the town in like -40 weather.
Oh,
people
Jesus. That's horrible.
Well, hey, Roland, it's good to see you.
Yeah, you too, 801. Good to see you, man.
God bless.
And God bless. Welcome in.
But yeah, that's really what got me on YouTube. But I've, since I was young, I grew up in a rough neighborhood with long hair and wearing a leather jacket. So, I always had the cops hassling me when I was younger, and I always knew my rights pretty well. So it's always been there for me. It's just the last year or so, year and a half, I've really got into the online stuff.
Yeah, I don't know how this is going to play out. Did he get that past the Emergency Act?
So what happened today? It was still being debated in Senate today because it's got to go through the House of Commons and Senate. So the House of Commons passed it Monday night. So it was in Senate and it was being debated. And I think what happened is Trudeau and his Liberal Party thought the Senate was going to say no. So he actually came out just a little over an hour ago and ended it. So the emergency is now over. But I think he only did it because he thought the Senate was going to vote it down. So he wanted to look like the good guy, and he came out and ended it.
And
so officially the emergency is over right now. We still have the mandates in place, and I would not be surprised because he knows this ain't over and the protesters are going to keep going. I would not be surprised at all if he actually comes out before the weekend, maybe longer, but I would not doubt it if it's before the weekend because the weekend is when the protests are going to start again.
Did they move any trucks? Have they been moving?
Oh, yeah. Well, they got all the trucks out of Ottawa, the ones that were there when they brought in all the fucking tyrant cops. But there was actually a follow-up question, and the follow-up question from the reporter is, we know within an hour's drive of Ottawa, there's 2 groups of truckers that are set up and that are just waiting. What's to stop them from coming back? And will we have to initiate the Emergencies Act again? To which Trudeau replied, well, no, we think we have the tools in place to deal with it without the Emergencies Act, which is stupid because why didn't you in the first place? But I think it's just because if they see trucks coming, they're just going to shut down Ottawa again and not let them in. But they know that the protests are not done. They're going to come back again. So I would not doubt it if he actually comes out the next day and he starts dropping some of the federal mandates. And again, to make himself look like the good guy,
of course.
But it's really just so the protesters don't come back in mass again.
We have those other truckers go in, and they don't have the emergency measures to, like he was talking about. The cops can't do it without the emergency measures, right? Get them out again.
Well, yeah. As far as I'm concerned, it was a legal protest. There was the judge that was seen twice on the injunction that was brought forth in Ottawa about the honking. And that judge twice said it's a legal protest. They have a right to be there. But what the Emergencies Act did is there's a section of the Emergencies Act that says the police can designate a zone as an assembly-free zone, regardless of legal protest. So what they did, that's why they made the red zone in Ottawa. And then they could say, because we've designated this a no assembly zone, this protest is now officially illegal. They had been saying it for weeks, but they had just been saying it wasn't a fact. But that's what the Emergency Act allowed them to do. It allowed them to designate a zone and officially say that the protest was illegal, even though it wasn't without the Emergencies Act. And now they're just confident that if the trucks come back, they'll just stop them coming in.
Yeah, they fenced off that area in the red zone, right?
Well, I don't know if they've taken it down at this point or not, but I'm sure they're going to be watching the truckers, right, to see if they're coming back. So they'll just they'll just block it off again if they're coming back en masse. But even if they don't go back to Ottawa, like, there is protests happening in every city. You know, you haven't been seeing that on the news and stuff because the main event's been in Ottawa, but it's been happening in every city, every weekend.
Yeah, I saw there were some protests in different countries too.
Oh yeah,
in Europe and stuff.
France, New Zealand, Australia. I know it's happening. Finland had a convoy going. I think Japan had a convoy going.
Yeah, because everyone's tired of these messed up mandates.
What's that, Myron?
I think that was 801.
No. And of course, it's starting today.
No, they had one.
Yeah, yeah, and of course they started rolling out today in the States. So,
yeah. Has it slowed down, like the supplies and stuff?
Well, I mean, when they were not really. I mean, when they were blocking the Ambassador Bridge, I mean, that hurt the car manufacturing plants, but I don't think it did much other than that.
So it's not like you're hurting yourself by doing this.
Well, no, not really. Actually, I jokingly, somebody posted a video. One of the somebody who's a Canadian author here up in Nova Scotia, they posted a video on the weekend of them going into a liquor store in Nova Scotia, and I actually noticed that the shelves were immaculately stocked. Like, it didn't look like there was a bottle missing anywhere. And I jokingly made a comment a couple comments that I put Trudeau, we have to stop the blockades because we're not getting any of our goods in and stuff like that. And then I put in advisor, but Mr. Trudeau, the shelves in Nova Scotia are fully stocked.
And the shelves in Alberta, the ones that I can see, are fully stocked too.
Well, and yeah, that's another thing. I understand there's health reasons for it, but that's another thing that just leads me to how stupid these mandates have been and how they make their decisions. For 2 years, beer and wine and liquor stores have been considered an essential service. Yet they're shutting down all these other little small businesses and putting fucking small businesses right out of business, so they're no longer there anymore.
Yeah, I think it's important to give our business to these, local businesses, because the corporations and stuff, they're the only ones that we're going to survive, the shutdowns and everything. And corporations have no love to our community, to us.
Watch who buys all these small businesses that are shut down.
Yeah.
Who's buying the land, and pay attention to that.
Well, and to me, it never made sense. If I'm going into a store and I'm worried about my health, I'm going to be a lot more confident in a little tiny mom pop small grocery store that they're going to do things right rather than a bunch of guys that work at Walmart getting paid minimum wage.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but there's a lot less people going into the small mom and pop stores.
Right.
So there, you're less likely to catch anything.
Yeah. But it's weird, yeah. The big, like the WalMarts and stuff, they were the only ones. The big chains, they were the only ones open during the first lockdowns here.
Yeah,
And
same here.
yeah, the people who were suffering was all these mom and pops. I mean, they've been suffering for a long time, like since like Starbucks and stuff, came in, and places like that just killing the small guy. Like it's been happening a long time now, and we've kind of been doing it to ourselves. Like for me to save 20 cents, I go to Walmart.
Well,
Well,
it's always
and
been
even,
our fault. We've always let the
even
government get away with it. The people have let them get with it for way too long. And now we want to really restrict our rights, and we're saying, whoa, wait a minute. But they've been doing it this whole time. We've let them get away with it.
well, and even just the more stupid stuff, like here in my province in BC, at one point they had the bars were allowed to be open, but they had to stop serving alcohol at 10 o'clock because COVID comes out at 10 o'clock or something.
Yeah,
Or
it
in
comes out at
Quebec,
night.
yeah, or in
But you know
Quebec,
what the smartest thing is? I mean, hell, if you wear a mask to your table in a restaurant and take it off, it's not going to affect you. But if you're walking to the table and you're not wearing one, you might get it.
Yeah.
well, right,
It's a smart virus.
It's
and
ridiculous.
and the servers that are serving you that are walking around aren't wearing a mask.
Yeah.
It
But
doesn't
yeah,
make
stupid
sense.
shit like in Quebec, where the mandates were probably the harshest in the country, they had curfews at, I think, one. They had them a few times, but I think the earliest one was at 8 p.m. Like, because COVID comes out at 8 p.m. Like, that's just the dumbest thing in the world. And I'll tell you, if I had a curfew in my province, I wouldn't be abiding by it. Fuck that shit. You're not gonna tell me when I can go outside.
Yeah, in the UK, God bless, could talk about that, but you're allowed outdoors for 1 hour if you're, exercising, or one family member can go to the store. Like they had really strict, curfews and stuff, restrictions on them.
Yeah, we're lucky in one way in BC. We didn't have that. I mean, they suggested you stay home and blah blah blah, but they never tried to actually lock us in our homes. But we're still the last province. Just like the only thing they've lifted here since this all started is they've lifted gathering limits, but the passports are still in place. The masks are all still in place. They actually added a new mandate during this protest that said all healthcare workers, like even dietitians, chiropractors, pharmacists, they added a mandate that everybody in the healthcare field now has to be mandated. And that's supposed to be by March 23rd. I think, I don't know. I don't think that's going to fucking fly, though, considering everything's dropping.
I remember a video that came out. It was a New Year's Eve party. I don't know what Canadian city it was, but the cop, I guess the neighbor had called the cops.
Yeah, I've seen the video. Another one.
And they were dragging people out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I believe it was in Quebec, that video.
It was so messed up to watch that.
That's a video I probably would have featured, but I heard that what you didn't see on that video was one of the residents in the house apparently took a poke at one of the cops before it really broke off. I don't know if that's true or not, but I heard that, so I stayed away from that video just in case that came out later, because you don't want to put up a video that makes the cops look like complete dickheads, and it turns out it was the people in the house that initiated the fucking violence. But the cops shouldn't have even been there in the first place, as far as I'm concerned. Get the fuck out of here. You don't have any right to tell what. Go ahead.
I said, hey, UK, and 801, the tower works great.
Nice. Very nice. Let's have another look at it. Put on big screen. Hold it up a little bit higher. There you go. I just want to see the seal. Would you use clear tape?
Yeah, Gorilla Tape.
There you go.
Put a couple of wraps cut in half around the center, and then a couple more outside.
Have you tried it?
Oh, fuck yeah. Twice or 3 times already.
All right. Well, working then.
That's why I said I know it works. It works.
That's a contraption.
Yeah. It's a homemade oil
Tower.
smoker.
Yeah, homemade rig.
Yeah, so when I dropped off a bit.
Resin in there.
That's a lot of res. Wow.
I've been smoking for 4 or 5 days already on this puppy.
So what do? Just dip the hot knife into it?
Yep.
So you scoop out a little bit with the hot knife?
No. I just hot knife and right on top of it or into it.
Oh, okay.
Just let it boil and bubble there and pull your knife out.
Yeah. So you don't even sprinkle any on. You just dip it right into the vat.
Yeah. Well, if you put it on there, it's just going to run off.
Yeah, right. That's true.
So when I dropped a minute ago, I had a phone call.
Ooh.
My buddy that owns a mortuary. I guess he had someone bring a guy's jacket in. He's like, God damn, this smells like marijuana. You know, he's like, oh. He takes it downstairs to his wife and shit, and you know, to get him dressed for with their clothes that he's wearing. And so he calls his wife and says, "Yeah, that jacket smells like marijuana." It's just she goes down to where they're prepping him and stuff. She's God, this whole place smells like marijuana. So they check his jacket. He's got a pill bottle full of it's got 12 joints in it. So then,
poor guy, he didn't get to smoke them.
No, well then the lady shows up and he says, "Hey, yeah." So it was sneaking everything up. So I got this for you. So she gave him a couple of joints. She says, "Hey, you want one more?" He says, "Well, yeah, I got a buddy I'm going to take this over to." So he's going to bring me one of the joints. She said it was Road Dog. It's supposed to be like 32.9%.
Wow.
But
dead man's joint.
You ought to see all the stuff he finds, you know, and people make mistakes and bring that stuff in. That's pretty funny.
I would love that job. Well, no, I wouldn't love that job. I'd love getting the free weed.
That don't happen very often, but
no. Yeah, that's a tough job. You have to be a special kind to be able to deal with the dead bodies like that.
Well, you know what? When they do their parties and they take breaks just to let loose every 3 months or so, they have a party or something just because they deal with it so much. They've got to just take a break and go out and have fun. But yeah,
that must make you think about life in a different way if you're just seeing death so much. You know what I'm saying? Like it might change your view on life.
I don't see how it could.
No.
There's a lot of different people, you know, it affects people different ways, I would say, because, you know, I know a lot of people in the business, and yeah, it's just people are different, take it different ways.
I'll say the only thing certain in life is death and taxes, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, Myron, I'm going to drop out. I just saw you on. I wanted to make sure you were up to date and heard the news.
Oh, thanks for coming up.
All right. See you guys later.
See you later.
You have a good day.
So you're going to get one of those? You're going to get one of those joints, 801?
Yeah, he's going to bring me one over about 6.
Road Dog.
Yeah. So, hey, we're outnumbered in the Canadian now. We got 2 Utahns in here.
I know, taking over.
All right.
You got to let us know how that joint is.
Yeah, sure. You a lot of snow today?
No, we got a little bit yesterday.
You didn't get none today?
Not really. No, roads are clear. Just kind of like a dusting yesterday. It's weird though. Up here, it's different than
Yep.
40 miles. That makes a big difference.
Yeah, but you guys are right off the lake. You usually get that lake effect. You get a little more snow.
Yeah,
Of course, it affects the south end of the valley. Salt Lake too.
Right. Yeah, when I lived down there, we used to get the lake effect big time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hate the winter though. I can't stand it.
So you said you're from back east. Where'd you live when you were back east?
Massachusetts.
Oh, all right.
Have you been out there?
No, I've been to New York.
Yeah, New York. It's a crazy city.
Well, I didn't go into the city. I took a baseball team out to Cooperstown back in '97.
Oh, okay. To the museum and stuff.
Yeah, they have a American Youth Baseball thing out there, and American Youth Baseball Hall of Fame. So we took a team out there in '97 and played in a tournament, and we lost to Toms River, New Jersey that year when they won the World Series against Taiwan. They all my son and all the kids were inducted to the American Youth Baseball Hall of Fame, and they've got it in down there too now. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's impressive.
I used to coach Little League baseball, obviously.
You're okay.
So I got to see, didn't really get to see the city except for flying over and shit, But I was surprised how green it was back there compared to Utah, where we got these brown fields and, everything.
Oh, yeah, it's so green.
Yeah.
You get a lot of rain. The East Coast is a lot different than the West Coast.
Well, we're in the desert. I mean, this is the second driest state in the country.
Yeah. Except for the snow.
Well, yeah, we get good snow, but we're still the second driest. We get the least amount of precipitation than any other state.
Right.
But we got that good fluffy snow in the springtime.
10 inches of snow only equals about 1 inch of rain.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, so even if you get a lot of snow, it's not that much precipitation.
Not really, no.
Yeah,
like a tenth of it.
Pretty big drought right now. I mean, they say it's the worst in 1,200 years here in the West.
I think it goes in cycles like that. Or it could be global warming due to man, right? Man and his cars.
Ice age or acid rain, and gotta be something every time.
You know who's the biggest contributor to like the greenhouse gases or whatever? It's the U.S. military, but they leave that out of every study.
And you don't hear about the U.S. military poisoning the Hawaiian Islands, or at least their main one that they're sitting on. They buried tanks there during the Second World War, and they're leaking. And they're leaking in all the groundwater, so the U.S. government, through the military, is poisoning off all the drinking water in that one Hawaiian island for sure. Maybe more.
Yeah, it's funny how they bury that information.
Yeah.
Well, it's on a need-to-know basis, and we don't need to know, apparently.
I mean, in the Middle East, all the shell casings and stuff they leave, and all the the blown up tanks, all that stuff is like irradiated, isn't it? Like the old shell casing, some kind of radiation on it?
I don't know.
No.
about that.
No.
I know
Maybe.
I thought there
Russia
was
left a lot of
something
nuclear
on those
stuff
shells.
in Ukraine last time when they were fighting, and Bill Clinton made Ukraine give all the nuclear shit back to Russia.
Yeah, I mean, how we left Afghanistan this time with Biden, that was just craziness.
Bunch of shit we left over there, besides all the people.
Like they were flying a fucking Black Hawk, right? The Taliban. Did you see those videos of them flying the Black Hawk? I think it was a Black Hawk. Oh, 801, did you see those two helicopters? They crashed. I think they were Black Hawks too in Utah. On the base of Little Cottonwood. I think it was Little Cottonwood.
No,
It was on the news. One of them clipped the other one, and they both crashed on like
There we go.
near a ski resort or something.
got a year or two ago, 3 years.
No, this is like yesterday.
Oh, I didn't hear nothing about that. I
Yeah.
don't watch the news, so. At the Little Cottonwood right here.
Yeah, I thought it was over there.
Oh God, that's 3 miles from my house.
Black
still
Hawk
there?
helicopters crash. 2 Black Hawk helicopters crash near Utah ski resort. It was Tuesday morning during a training exercise. Choppers went down near Mineral Basin at Snowbird Ski Resort in Little Cottonwood Canyon, about 30 miles southeast of Salt Lake City.
Yeah, that's about 15 miles from my house. The Snowbird.
They say no major injuries were reported. Maybe they were just low enough that they...
What the hell were they doing over there?
Yeah, some kind of training exercise. And these guys clipped... One of them clipped like the tail of the other one, and they both spun out.
Well, yeah, but there's skiers there right now. I mean, what the fuck were they doing training above?
Oh, yeah, over there. I know. There's it in the video, it shows skiers like going up to the helicopters.
No
Like
shit,
it was
yeah.
right there on the
I didn't hear
slopes.
nothing about that. Yeah,
There's always crazy stories of small planes, crashing into houses and stuff around here. It's like you never know what's going to fall out of the sky.
Yeah, it happens a lot around here, it seems. Myron used to ride on helicopters.
Yeah, they used to let me fly them.
You used to fly?
They used to let me. The pilots would let me take over when I was riding with them.
Was that military?
No, it was heli-portable seismic.
What were you guys?
In the summertime, you go up and down the mountains, drilling holes into the sides of the mountain to put dynamite in. In the wintertime, we went to the valleys and dug holes down the valley and across and back up again.
What was that for? Was it for mining, or was it?
Well, seismic is to track where oil is.
Oh, okay.
Or gives you an idea of the ground formations. you get bounced back, like say, you drill a hole about 60 or 80 feet deep. You drop maybe 2-3 pounds of dynamite in it. Put it way down there. Throw a bunch of gravel on top, and then when you set it off, it sends a shock wave down, and as it hits the stuff down, it gives shock waves back, and that way they can map the way it is under the mountains.
Yeah. How would you drill it? Would they drop you off?
Yeah. Well, I didn't go out online in the summertime. I worked staging. I was mechanics helper, fucking welder, whatever they needed me to do. Plus, I had my own job.
Yeah.
And in the wintertime, I would go out online if they needed me to. Like sometimes they needed a helper or something, so I would go out online. But in the wintertime, we were paid by the day. In the summertime, you were paid by the hole. Melvin, thanks for telling us. We would never have known. Come on up. Yeah, we heard about it a half hour or an hour ago. Danny Williams brought us the news.
Yeah, he's making himself look like the good guy. Rescinding the act.
I don't think he. Well, he is. But it's only going to get worse for him because Rebel News is, they've caught on to what's going on, and other independent little news companies in Canada have really caught on to what's going on with major fucking news. The cocksucking liars. Fuck all the major newscasts, CBC, ITV, Global. I think that's it.
I'll give them all a shout out, Myron. Fuck everybody.
Yeah, fuck them all.
So he's not working for the people. Who is he working for? What corporations?
Trudeau is working for all rich people, just like your government is.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter as long as we got money.
But what about these corporations that? Because here we have, definitely Big Pharma is filling the pockets of our politicians to push these. Yeah.
Who's our military fighting for?
Your Big Pharma comes and pushes pills up here,
Right. So they could be filling. Yeah, they're probably filling his pocket too.
Yeah. Well, I hear that Trudeau's getting 30 to 40% out of every fucking COVID shot.
Wow. So of course he wants, the passports.
Yes, and he ordered 2 times what Canada needed for shots. So they were just thinking of keeping rolling this over and over, everybody getting another shot and another shot.
Oh, the 4th booster shot's out now.
Yeah. 4 or 5 days ago, I heard that there was a new strain of the fucking thing come out, and it really hasn't come out on any news anywhere. I think that they have given up trying to bullshit it with that. Because it said that, it's a new deadly strain. But yet, I read that and or seen that and I haven't seen it since.
Well, they
'Cause
don't get stronger; they get weaker. That always happens. Biology.
Yeah.
they get weaker, but they're passed more easily, right?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, but you see, the powers that be always say it's getting stronger. They lie.
Every
They used to
time.
push. They used to
Damn
push
liar.
number of deaths. Now they just push number of cases, new cases.
Yeah.
Well, if people would stop getting tested, the shit would go away. You
Yeah,
dumb
that's a
fuck.
good point.
Well, like I said, they claimed to kill my uncle. What was that? 3-4 days ago now. He was 90, I think 95 years old. I think it might have been old age.
Yeah, like the way they count the numbers. Like if a guy crashes his motorcycle and dies, but he had, he had it in his system, they're going to count that as a death.
Absolutely. COVID-related gunshot wounds.
Yeah. He revokes the Emergencies Act. What a good guy.
What a prick.
Yeah, he's very smug. He's very fake.
Yeah, but he sure wasn't on the fucking news today. He usually is on the news with a little smirk on his face. But there was no smirk today when he said he was canceling it. I thought that was pretty funny. We wiped the smirk off his fucking face. I wanted to do it with the left hand, but somebody did it without even touching him.
So, you got any videos on your channel or anything, Ronan?
I don't have any videos, no.
No content?
No content. Zero content here. Just going live with zero content.
No, that's fine.
I thought about it, but everyone else is doing such a good job. I figured I'd let them go,
You don't want to step on anybody's toes.
Yeah, don't want to do that. It's crazy. Some of these guys now covering these the convoys and stuff, they're getting tens of thousands of people watching. It's like the whole world is watching. If you're a content creator, this is the time.
Absolutely, especially if you're in a place where they're coming by.
Yeah, if you can make it down to the protests and stuff.
I just got this. Now I'm gonna have to throw it away.
That's a sad flag.
Yeah, but it's not like that anymore. We made the fucker turn around.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might want to hang on to it.
Oh, what the fuck? I thought I had some new ones.
Yeah. Those are great.
Well, fuck me. I wonder where they went. Wise, I was saving something else.
I like that one. If you're 40 plus years old, you got to find a woman that's understands the signs of a stroke. Something to look forward to.
Yeah, getting old's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I find myself thinking about the end more and more. I know I shouldn't, but you know, when I was
When you're older,
sick,
you got to
I'm just
start thinking about it. I mean, it's inevitable, inevitable.
yeah.
You know.
I'm just getting over the coof, and it got to the point. It got bad to the point where I was thinking maybe I should have got the jab. You know, like that's how bad it was. I was walking around my house, kind of delirious in like a almost like a fever dream, and you know, just nothing. There was no comfort. I couldn't find any comfort. Just kind of curled up in a fetal position, or just walking around aimlessly. But now that I'm pulling through the other end, I should have some natural immunity.
Absolutely. Listen to the science, damn it.
That's what the reports are saying now. That if you did have it, you know, there are signs of natural immunity there.
Well, of course there is. I mean, how many times I mean, people might have had it a few times and not even known. They still have the antibodies, you know, because they didn't even know they had it. It
Yeah,
affects everybody different.
I was hoping I would have been asymptomatic, but no, I'm definitely symptomatic.
Well, I think it's gone around here in this house, but none of us got tested, so we don't really know. But I don't really care.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
want to be
we've
part of the statistics and the test or whatever you want to call it.
the doctor put me on prednisone. You know that steroid. Like
Yeah,
that's all he prescribed.
really.
Yeah, just prednisone and you know
Did that
Tylenol.
seem to help?
It did. It was like a heavy dose of prednisone,
Hey, YouTube.
but I was so sick when I started taking it that it was kind of hard to tell anyway. But I'm sure it boosted my immune system.
Well, I started taking zinc right off the bat.
I
And
know a guy.
I didn't get as sick as people around my house did when I had something, but I don't know if that had anything to do with it or not.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Zinc is like vital. I know a guy that he ordered that tube of that Ivor stuff, that Mectin stuff, and it was like the horse grade one or whatever in a tube, and he'd just squeeze a little bit out of the tube and eat it. That's hardcore. You know, the dewormer or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, he said it helped him, and he ordered a fresh tube in case he got it again.
I thought from the very get go, I knew there was something weird about it. It didn't seem right. And, I think it is all about control. This whole thing was. What can we get them to do? How fast can we get them to do it? Will they listen to us? Will they, how far can we push them?
Yeah, as yeah, make us comply to all their messed up demands. But destroying the businesses, that's like so cold hearted.
Well, they're trying to get rid of the middle class, so everybody's poor or
Yeah.
wealthy. I don't mean rich. You're either wealthy. There's no rich people, just wealthy people and poor people.
But the middle class that's like the buffer between the rich and the poor. So if it's all rich and all poor people, there's gonna be, major conflict in the future. Income inequality.
Well, they're getting these young kids to think it's normal and just comply with everything. Well, think it's normal to be a slave all the time, which we all
Right.
are anyway. We're already slaves.
Yeah, we're domesticated.
You do all their dirty work for them.
Because if the whole system went down, I mean, there would be just insane, just bloodshed,
Well, they don't need to be. I mean, you can barter and, still go to work.
Yeah.
Let's say, I don't need money. I can survive without money. You just got to be smart about it.
So self-sufficiency.
Yeah. If you got something, whether it's knowledge or a tangible item to trade, show someone how to, dig a well for water, anything. Knowledge is valuable too.
Yeah, and if you have a community that you can build with.
Yeah, and everybody has their knowledge and their place and can bring it together. You can get through it. So we've done it, before all this bullshit government was in everybody's face. God, people lived free for years and didn't even know there was a government. They don't want you to, though. They make it harder and harder to live off grid. They don't want you doing that.
Yeah, they want us in cities, like filthy cities.
Yeah, like where I live now, they want to tear. So I'm about 745 east, so I got 7th east, a main road going through. I know they want to put businesses right on 7th east and everything behind that up to my house because there's a canal behind my house. They want to build apartments and put 20,000 people in this one little spot, Rather than 150 homes, they want 20,000 people in apartments.
In one home. Well, it starts getting like that, and it gets to be Judge Dredd time.
Judge, jury, and executioner.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we'll all figure it out eventually and steer away from the iceberg. Hopefully.
No, it's good and evil, rich and poor battle.
When this is all going through, we will still have upper class, middle class, and lower class, but there'll be a shitload more lower class, and that upper class, they'll eventually be taxed out of all their fucking money too, because the taxes don't go down.
Yeah. Well, shit changes every 200 years. It always has.
This is Alberta skies at night.
I like that.
That's called the Northern Lights. Where the
Yeah, I would like
aurora-
to see them sometime. I mean, real good like that.
when they're like that, they usually dance. Uh, they get dimmer and brighter, and it looks like they're dancing.
Can you see them 24? I mean, year round?
Well, I've seen them in August, and I've seen them in the wintertime. It's most of the year. In the summertime, it's only between 1 and 4 in the morning if you do see them.
Yeah, but it's something you get to experience that a lot of people don't get to see ever.
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty neat.
Okay, I gotta jump off, guys.
Hey, Ronan, it's a pleasure having you up.
Yeah, it was good talking to you. I'll catch you on the next one, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'll see you, Myron.
Yeah. Catch you later, Ronan. Thanks for coming up.
Thanks.
Let's do it, Slow Burner. What do you got?
You're not gonna just show us a picture of your face, are you? What are you gonna say to make us laugh? Are you gonna tell a joke? No, he doesn't, Slow Burner. Only when he's having sex, he said.
No, those are the two times I take it off: golfing and having sex. You got some good stuff going today, huh?
Who? Slow Burner?
Yeah, he says the people show will make you laugh.
Oh, well, I'm gonna be there.
I'll come check it out. I'm sure to be real good.
It's a whole 21 minutes away.
Yeah, this ought to be interesting. Fuckery, right?
Yeah.
Upside down fuckery.
What's today? Ooh, fuck, I'll be there for a little while, but it's Wednesday. I gotta watch again, just in case I haven't got it down on how to make moonshine.
I need to make another batch of moonshine.
I think I would just make a sugar alcohol. Sugar, water, and yeast.
Yeah.
Make a vodka. Well, make it right up to Everclear, and then if you want, dilute it to vodka.
Man, I ought to try a potato vodka. I haven't done that yet.
I really like potato vodka. I like drinking it better than wheat vodka.
Yeah, potato vodka is pretty good. I haven't made it, but I'll drink it.
Yeah. Tomorrow morning at 4?
What's
What's
that?
today? Wednesday. Yeah, tomorrow morning at 4, you got to go to work.
Yeah.
Are you going to work just till the end of the month, or are you going to go till the end of the week?
Well, I was looking at that place where my brother works yesterday, but I couldn't find a place where he was saying to apply at it.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to go with that one because they got benefits and it'll be easier on my body. I'll be able to hang with the job, and they pay well. Probably won't be 22. I'll probably start out around 18, but within 2 years I'll be up to 22. And they give you a free place to stay. They're based out of Michigan.
Hmm.
Well, what they do is they have a bunch of rentals, houses, cabins, places on lakes, places in like they had one right out of Yellowstone in Montana that my brother went to last year, for free. They give their employees a week, any place they want to go that they own or promote every year. In Park City, it's a ski resort. It's a tourist place. So there's good tips. My brother gets a lot of beer from people that leave it in their rooms and stuff when he goes to get maintenance and stuff after they're gone, and probably better off than doing what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
I figure it's a better. I think it's a smarter decision.
Yes. I agree.
Because I'm going to give up 3 weeks vacation and insurance, but these guys probably have better insurance, and hell, I don't go anywhere anyway. It's not like I go on vacation a lot, travel.
Why don't you just take 3 weeks vacation? Go in and say, I've had a death in the family. I'm taking 3 weeks off.
Well, I'm going to apply first and see what they say. I'm going to tell them I need 2 weeks, and I'm just going to take my 2 weeks vacation. I don't got 2
Yeah.
weeks. I've already got a week's out already. So I only got 2 left.
Ah.
If they're going to hire me, I'll take 2 weeks vacation and then not go back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, my brother makes pretty good money. When he's not doing maintenance, they're letting him drive a shuttle bus through town, and he makes $600 a week in tips.
Yeah.
Plus his pay, Yeah, he quit doing construction. He was a drywaller for his whole life.
Hard on the back.
Yeah, he's had back surgery. You know, it's funny too because he had tried to help me do concrete. He's like, I just don't get it. You know, but he got spreading with a trowel the mud for the drywall. But that's what pretty much what we were raised on, remodeling houses with my dad. You know, 12 years old, we'd go help him and stuff. So we both learned to frame and drywall and stuff at a young age. I went to concrete instead, and he stayed with drywall.
What are you looking like that for? Huh? Why don't you come over here?
So you gonna go up on panel over at Slows?
I don't know.
So you got to get there earlier. All the spots are taken.
Well, sometimes what I do is I go late after everything's calmed down.
Yeah, that's usually when I come in and start watching too. I usually let it mellow out.
Well, I'll watch. I'll make comments but I won't go up.
Right. I've went up a few times, but it's God. Just everybody's talking all the time, so I just say, "Oh, fuck it, I'm not in the battle."
Polite people have a hard time of butting in there.
Yeah. And I'm just not one of those that want to sit there and scream.
Yeah.
But they definitely got their entertainment value. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it sure does.
For this place they call YouTube.
Yeah, but by the sounds of it, we're all going to have to go someplace else.
Yeah. Everybody's here still that I know, so that's why I haven't, I've been looking at other places. See what's going on.
Because I don't know where to go, where everybody else is going to go, so I was hoping somebody'd make a fucking decision one of these days.
Yeah, we go check it out. And yeah, I'm about like that too.
You know what? What's that?
Have you seen any deer today walking by?
Just now.
Thought I smelled some deer.
Every day. Every fucking day they're back and forth on this street.
What was you going to say?
If I was younger, I'd get a rope and try and rope one.
I'd just snare one. Put one in a snare.
Yeah, but if I was younger.
And you got to eat.
Yeah, but if I killed it, I don't even know if I'd be able to lift it. I have to cut the steaks off of it out there.
Well, yeah, gut it out, quarter it out for a minute, cut it up. You have to do it all at once. I mean,
Well, the best way to do it is just debone the fucking thing. I don't have a very big deep freeze. It's right on top of the fridge back there.
well, that was my problem. My freezer was too small, and so my buddy was getting rid of a freezer. Like, yeah, I'll take that son of a bitch.
Yeah, I used to. Well, it's still sitting outside. I had an apartment-sized deep freeze, and after I don't know, 30 years and maybe 4 moves, it crapped out on me. And I just never got another one. And they don't give me much to freeze at the food bank.
Well, I go with another friend all the time, and she don't take much because her freezer's so small.
Yeah.
So I ended up with a lot of it, but she can't handle all the time. So I do pretty good. Then she usually comes over on Sundays and either watches football or NASCAR with us, and that's when we'll cook all the stuff, the good stuff.
Yeah.
She got a boyfriend now, and boy, he last 2 times he's been here, I don't know what's going on. He had to leave or something. Because of the Super Bowl, I guess he said he pissed his pants. Went to the bathroom. I guess he did get it out all the way before he started peeing. I don't know. Oh, fuck, don't worry about that, dude. You're all right. People have done that before. You don't got to leave. I don't think that's what it's about anyway. So she took him home, and she bring 2 other friends with her. So she had to come back, and man, she got back, and she must have had 25 text messages from that guy in 2 hours. I thought she was coming right back and shit. And, the other people she bring were having a good time.
Yeah. I'm glad I don't text.
See, I don't have notifications on my text. I tell people if you want to talk, get hold of me, call me, because I don't look at my text very often, and I don't turn notifications on when I get one. So if you text, I won't even know that I got a text.
Yeah.
If you want to get hold of me for something, now you got to call.
A deer just went past again. There goes another one. Oh, there goes a third one. Fourth
Any
one.
bucks?
No. Well, no horns anymore.
They've all fallen off now.
Yep. Yeah, they've all shed.
Yeah, they made it legal here to go look into the mountains and stuff for sheds. It's illegal to pick them up now.
Really?
Yeah, because I need to get some horns and shit to make some arrowhead knives and shit, for the.
Yeah. Well, where the fuck is that shit? I've got 2 carvings here made out of deer horn. Or, yeah, it looked like it was a deer horn or maybe an elk horn. One is a wolf carved right through the horn, so you can see the wolf from both sides.
Yeah.
And the other one is a longer horn, but it's got an eagle on one end, an eagle's head.
Is it a machine carving or hand carving?
They're both hand carvings.
Cool. I like that.
I think. I don't know what the fuck I did with them though.
Yeah, I sent my mom's or my son's mom to the store to get some horseradish the other day. I said, I don't want none of this beaver stuff. I want this old English in the cooler by the cheese and stuff. She said she couldn't find it. You bring this other stuff home. Pretty good. It's creamy, but it's hot.
Yeah.
I mean, the last 2 I bought, off brands, look, it's got a good flavor, but it's not hot enough. I like that stuff that, burns your nostrils.
Yeah, clears out your sinuses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that stuff too. You ever been in when they were grinding that shit up?
I've ground it myself. My grandpa used to grow it all the time.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
I was pretty young the first time maybe the only time I ever was around when it was done, and fuck me, it just filled the whole house where we were doing it, and everybody's eyes were just a fucking running.
Oh, yeah. It take turns cranking that thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I've got a grinder, but I've got this thing my uncle gave me last year. You put a cob of corn in it.
Yeah.
Cranking it. Takes the kernels off the cob.
Yeah.
It's probably from, I'd say probably the 40s or 50s. It's just a little hand grinder thing.
They were using one of those on what is it? That show I'm watching tonight. Making Alcohol. Moonshiners. Yeah.
Yeah.
They showed it on there. They were using it to deer the corn, and then they used it for something else. I think it worked for too. Well, I guess I should shut her down.
All right, Myron. It's been a pleasure hanging out with you today again.
Oh, it's awfully nice of you to come and talk to me. It's my pleasure.
Well, I ain't got nothing else going on. I figure I might as well come hang out with you, and I'd rather be up here than you be up there by yourself.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you having me.
Well, thank you.
I'll see you over at Slove's, huh?
Yeah. Thanks,
right,
everybody. I was in chat. I'm out.
Yeah, everyone.
Yeah.